Welcome back. The first round of member statements were made in the National Assembly earlier last week. It's an opportunity for MPs to make a statement on issues affecting their constituencies or any other matter of national importance. Members of the executive are then also given an opportunity to respond. Let's have a look at some of the statements which provoked ministerial responses.
Last week, Speaker, South Africa was led down by President Zuma's directionless State of the Nation address that paid lip service to the National Development Plan, but provided, Speaker, little or no detail on the implementation of its key proposals. Tomorrow, Finance Minister Gordhan has a chance to table a brave budget that is aligned to the NDP and that can start to rebuild confidence in our economy. In this year's budget, we believe the Finance Minister needs to deal directly with the key issues undermining South Africa's growth potential and, as such, the capacity of our economy to create jobs and support economic redress. International rating agencies have highlighted three key concerns about the resilience of our economy that Minister Gordhan will have to tackle head-on. First and foremost, Minister Gordhan must commit to reforms to rebuild the institutional capacity of government to create an environment that is conducive to economic growth. In accordance with the NDP, the Minister must start by implementing core proposals such as the youth wage subsidy. Secondly, he must commit government to substantive debt reductions. Running deficits when the economy is weak is a sound economic strategy, provided the money goes into infrastructure and other assets that will boost growth in the longer term. Speaker, thirdly, he must convince investors that the government has a plan to boost economic growth and scale up actual spending on infrastructure. Both the NDP and the DA's plan for growth and jobs have a strong focus on the necessity to increase spending on infrastructure to levels where we can shrink the 1.5 trillion maintenance backlog in infrastructure, which is critical to growth. This year must be the year of implementation. The critical challenges faced in the South African economy cannot be addressed by making more hollow promises. If we are to restore confidence in the economy, boost economic growth and reduce unemployment, government has to focus on radically improving implementation at all spheres of government.
Tomorrow, the Finance Minister will tell South Africans what he will do with more than 1 trillion rand of taxpayers' money. It will be his task to convince taxpayers and the foreign investors that the money will be spent wisely. If he fails, business confidence and positive domestic sentiment will not return, and so no jobs. One of the reasons given by the credit rating agencies why it was necessary to downgrade South Africa was concerns about the future political stability. We may argue that they are overreacting, but this issue needs to be addressed. When ordinary citizens who are poor get the feeling that they have lost connectivity with the economic environment, that they have lost their ability to engage the economy, and that they have accepted that they will remain poor, then it is dangerous and fuel for political instability. Nigeria has successfully avoided this situation. They are growing, creating jobs, and they just might tip us as the largest economy on this continent. Tomorrow's budget must give hope to the ordinary South African that he can be better his position in an economic environment, also caring for them. That is the challenge.
Mr. Speaker, during the years of apartheid, when the state was the target of an armed campaign waged by Mkhonto weSizwe, President P.W. Botha, the supreme securocrat, used to travel to Parliament in a 3-car convoy. Nowadays, one can see a presidential convoy of up to 13 vehicles on the streets of Cape Town. So it is with the opening of Parliament. Security is of North Korean proportions. Why is this in a country that is supposed to be a democracy that is at peace? It would seem that there could be one of two explanations. Either South Africa today faces a massive security threat that dwarfs everything that has happened in our past, in which case the government has a duty to share knowledge of such a threat with its citizens. Or MK was ineffective, but its myth is kept alive today by the ANC, intent on trying to prove that those of its members who were in exile freed this country, rather than the truth, which was that the people of this country who were inside this country made apartheid unworkable. Would the ANC like to tell us which is the case?
Well, that brings us to the end of today's program. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of A View from the House. Until then, goodbye.